Welcome to the another video of the basic electrical engineering. Here we discuss the solution of the semester question that is coming under set 3. So the question is asked, one theory is asked, that is the KCL and KVL, Kirchhoff's law. So you need to just simply write what is a KCL is the summation of the current at a point is equal to 0. And the KVL, the sum of all the voltage source and the drop in a closed path is equal to 0. So this is about KCL and KVL. Now next is using this problem need to be solved using the node analysis. So here is our problem. And the question is asked, determine the value of the current I. So when I redraw the circuit here. So this node, let us make it V1, another node, let us define it as V2. So when we use a node analysis, then we have to apply the KCL at a point node 1. So when we apply KCL, it is, we can write in a very brief like V1, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, all the, which is link connected, and the current, this is 4 and 2, 6. Next is your V2. So what are the resistance connected? 2 and 8. So 1 by 8, 1 by 2. And the current which is there is 4 and 7. That is 4 is going out, 3 is coming in. So difference is 3. So when we solve this 1 and 2, we can get easily the value of the V1 and V2, which is coming around 14 volts and 16 volt. The difference between them divided by 2 will give -1 is the answer. So like this we can solve this problem using node analysis. The next problem is the define Thevenin theorem. So Thevenin theorem is like very simple. Any network can be converted into its equivalent voltage source and in series with a resistance. This resistance is RTH and this voltage source is VTH and this terminal is AB. So you can define that theorem, and then this load will be here RL. This load will be connected over here RL. So obviously this current will be IL, that is, this IL is given as VTH by RTH plus RL. Now let us solve this problem using Thevenin theorem. Now a very simple thing is, first let us find the value of RAB, remove this 2 ohm, the rest of the things replaced by internal resistance. Now this is a very simple circuit, and this is how these are parallel in series with 2, combined parallel with this 2, so it is coming around 1.25 ohm. Next is the same circuit we redraw here. This 2 ohm will not be there. This can be easily solved using node analysis. So we can get the node potential over here, that is coming 5. Now this current through A and B will be obviously 5 minus 4 by 4, that is 1 by 4. So now we have the value of the AB is how much? This 1 by 4 into 2, the voltage drop at 2, and this 4, this is 4.5. The answer is 1.25 as resistance, Thevenin resistance, and 4.5 as Thevenin voltage. Substitute the value, we get the value of IL as 1.38 ampere. Just to test, this is not required in the examination, just to test like whether this is the right answer or not, we thought let us solve the same problem without using Thevenin theorem by using node analysis. So this node equation we get very simplify, and we can get the value of IL as 1.384, same as by using Thevenin theorem. So this is not required, just for the checking that whether we are getting the same answer or not. We have got another problem here. Voltage is given 120 sine of omega t. Omega is 314 t. Is applied to a RC circuit RNC. So RNC is there. So when RNC is there, we can write the value of Z as R minus J 1 by omega C. So you have been asked express the expression of the current. So let us solve this. R is equal to 25 minus 39.8 J, which comes out to be 47 angle of minus 57.86. This angle is negative. And now when I write the small I, it is nothing but small v by z. So we need not to convert anything, this peak value into RMS value or something, just small v by z. This magnitude part will divide and we get 2.55. There is angle minus 57. It will go up, it will obviously plus 57. That is reflected in the equation with plus sign here, 57.86. So we get the current equation. This is the current equation. Because here it is asked expression for current, not the current. Expression for current is this. Next is here, what is the power? So power consumed is being asked. Power consumed is VI cos of phi. So V is being converted from its peak value into RMS value. Current from the peak value to the RMS value. Angle between V and I is obviously 57.86. So VI cos phi will come out to be 81.39 watt. So that is the power consumed. Next is potential difference across the capacitor when the current is 1/3 of its maximum value. What is the expression of the current? This current is equal to 2.55 sine of, this is the expression of the current. So I can just write sorry, with minus of 57 degree, it's somewhere the current is like this. So now this current expression with the peak value is 2.55. It's not 90 degree, it is like minus 57 degree, starting from minus 57 degree somewhere. So we can say that this is the current waveform. We need not to draw this current waveform anywhere, because it is mentioned that when the current is 1/3 of its maximum value. So here instead of writing I, we write Im by 3. So Im is cancel out. This is sine inverse of 1 by 3 will give me some value, and that if I subtract it from 57.86, I get omega t, that is 314 t is equal to minus 38.38 degree. So now what is the value of the VC? It is not asked the value of the voltage, it is asked across the capacitor. VC is nothing but this current expression multiplied with the capacitive reactance. This is XC. So XC is actually the negative of minus 90 degrees there, because J term. So I is 2.55 sine of this term. This XC value is 39.8. This minus 90 has been fused over here, minus 90 in the equation. So whatever the current equation, we just multiply here with XC with its peak value, and this minus 90 is being added over in the phase. What is the value of omega t? The omega t is minus 38.38. Substitute the value of omega t, all these values, we get sine of some negative magnitude, that is 0.94. That into 101.47 we get minus 95.68 volt. So that is the answer of the voltage across the capacitor when the current is 1/3 of its maximum value. Next, the phasor diagram. Obviously in the phasor diagram the current will be in the reference axis, because from the current we are going to obtain the value of VR and VC. VR is that when current is multiplied with R, we get this VR in the same direction of I. When current is multiplied with XC, we get I by omega C, and this J minus of J will come, it will be downward direction. When we add these two, it will come out as V. V is the voltage. So the voltage and current, the angle is 57.86. This is VC and this is VR. So this question is like 10 marks, so it will be like 2, 2, and this potential difference across the capacitor, this will be of 4 marks, and then the other one is 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Total is 10 marks. Next is EMF equation of our DC generator. So you can have like DC generator, the conductor is rotating, and if it is rotating, the EMF induced is given by, for one conductor is like per conductor V into B, and then you can convert V as R into omega. B is the flux density, the total flux is P into phi, and total area of the 2 pi R, and you can get into P, phi and F, and this F we can have this 2 pi and omega, the 2 pi term cancel out and only term remaining is F, frequency. The P phi into F is in revolution per second. Let us write in terms of revolution per minute, capital N divided by 60. This is per conductor. If the number of conductors is Z and A is the parallel path, so in series, like the total number of conductor will be Z by A. So together this is the expression of induced EMF. Now back EMF is developed when you are taking the motor as a back EMF will appear if the terminal voltage is greater than the induced voltage and the generator run as a motor. So as long as a generator, you are generating the output voltage, your EZ is greater than VT. But in case that's active load, or in case there is a supply voltage is more, terminal voltage is greater than this value, so here this E will be act as a back EMF, and this will be called a back EMF. So DC motor works on the principle of Fleming's left-hand rule, where the torque produced is proportional to flux and the current. So when you talk about DC motor means torque is the output. If torque is the output, something is the input is the flux that you are giving by using permanent magnet, and the current that you are giving a supply to the motor, and you are giving a current. So if the magnitude of the current and the flux determine what is a torque, then you can express these two things. Next is asked that what is MCCB, and that is molded case circuit breaker, and ELCB, the earth leakage circuit breaker. So now these are very important in the household. So MCCB gives a protection to you. So here it is protection one, just a simple circuit we can draw and show the difference. Need not to elaborate a lot. Like MCB is protection against overload. So when you have the overcurrent, so there is a bimetallic strip over here, and this bends, and if it bends, it will touch over here, and this will disconnect these 2 points. So when earlier the current is flowing over here through this, now the current is not flowing over here because this is disconnected when there is a bend in the bimetallic strip. So any fault is they occur, it will also operate, and it can be just operate as a switch on and off. So you can just briefly write on the protection of it will be okay. Another is ELCB, earth leakage circuit breaker. It has two types. One is a voltage, one is a current. So in voltage, it actually it actually takes like a phase and neutral you give in one end, and you can load, you have a phase and neutral. From one end it compares with the metal body, connected with the metal body part. Another one it is connected with the ground. So the potential over here and the potential over here, these two potential, both potentials should be equal. because if this potential to the earth, and the metal body is also earth in the in this must be earth somewhere. So if these two potential are equal, then this will say that there is no circuit is normal. But if this metal part, because of some problem, there is an insulation failure, and here the potential is different, metal part is now having a potential equal to some phase, so there will be change in the voltage difference between them, and this will trigger. Nowadays, this voltage controlled ELCB is not so used, familiar also. It is converted into current controlled ELCB, that is called residual current device, RCD. So here it is just comparing that like two things. One is a phase current, one is the whatever the value of the phase current, the same should be the neutral current, because what current is going in, the same should come out. But if there is a difference between the phase and the neutral, it will reflect in the relay, and the relay will trip the circuit, it will open the circuit. So this works confidently fine, because here it is checking the two voltages. The voltage maybe and controlling through voltage and controlling through current is more accurate, because a low value of the current can be detected. So the current control ELCB is more prominent and used nowadays. So if one can just draw the diagram and briefly write what is the difference, it is okay. Next is this is a DC machine. One question: the back EMF of DC shunt motor is 227 volt. Resistance, back EMF is 227. Field resistance, this is a DC motor. So let us draw the motor over here, and here is a terminal voltage VT. So back EMF given, RF is given. This RF, you can subtract the field current from the total current, you will get the armature current, that is 38 ampere. Now this 38 ampere, you can use it in this formula to get the value of RA, and VT minus EB by IA, you get the value of armature resistance. Now the another question is asked, also find the armature current when the motor is stationary. When the motor is stationary, there is no question of back EMF. So if there is no question of back EMF, so only the resistance will exist. 240 volt is the terminal voltage, 240 volt. 240 divided by the resistance, it will be 701.538 ampere. This is a huge current. So if this current will flow, this will this will burn, and circuit will trip. Usually the circuit should be tripped. So that is how you can get the different solutions from 1 to 6. And thank you very much. So this is the solution for the set 3. See you again with another video. Thank you.